Elena Luna with that report there. Of course, joining us now here on the set, Professor Ramon Casiple, political analyst extraordinaire. When it comes to issues, you obviously are the man we call and go to look at this from a broader perspective.
Actually,
Political,
different issues.
You know, human, even affairs of the heart yata. Kaya marunong si Professor Ramon na magbigay sa atin. Sir, when you talk about the visit, what exactly does it mean? Okay, diplomats can discuss and have meetings. But when it comes to political analysis on the outcome of meetings, what is the value of face-to-face discussion?
Well, for one, a face-to-face meeting is more serious than any, conversation over television or communication lines. Second, the body language is part of it. And in fact, in most cases, particularly if you're dealing with diplomats or people in politics, the body language is more important than what he or she is saying.
So it also is the personal interaction actually help in international affairs and international relations? Does it build rapport? Are they able to text each other? Do leaders actually do that, or BlackBerry message? Obama's fond of BlackBerries, we understand.
Well, it really depends on the depth of the relationship that develops. But certainly, if you're face-to-face, you really have the advantage there.
Okay. Pero Sir Ron, para po sa kapakanan po ng ating mga kababayan, kung pasisimplihin po natin, ano po ba ang kahalagahan ng state visit, hindi lamang po para sa ating mga leaders, kundi pati na rin po sa mamamayan po natin?
Well, ang word sigurong pwedeng gamitin dyan ay reassurance. Kasi meron naman tayong alliance before sa Amerika. Ito lang, nung lumitaw itong sigalot sa China, at nagkaroon ng mga incidents like yung sa Panama before, na kung saan ay nagkaroon talaga ng agreement. I think brokered with the US yan, na mutual withdrawal. Nag-withdraw ang Pilipinas,
bumalik yung isa.
ang China, hindi. Ang problema, walang ginawa ang US. From the perspective ng Philippines, parang naisahan siya.
You know, the irony is, when you go into Building 1 of Subic, and there on the wall lies a map that says Scarborough Shoals, Gunnery Range. So, nung araw pala, ginagamit din pala ng US Navy, ng Philippine Navy, even the regional allies, as a training center nung mga 1970s. And it's there on the wall if you look at the old command center of Subic. So, it's parang napaka-strange yung location na pipiliin ng China yan because it's at the mouth practically of Subic Bay.
Kasi yan ang tanong din natin Ba't ka bigla nagkaroon ng interest? Wala ka naman yan before. Ang nandyan before ang mga fishermen. Kasi parang everybody, mga Vietnamese fishermen nandyan, Filipino. It never occurred in the past na magkaroon ng question kung kanino yan. Sa ating party kasi, hindi totoo yun na yung Treaty of Paris ay hindi nag-include yan.
Baho din masindok yan.
Actually, hinahabol yan doon sa Treaty of Washington. Ang problema, nung nagkaroon na ng 1935 Constitution, at saka later yung mga sumunod na 73 Constitution, yung na-draw na boundary lines, hindi sumama. Kasi straight line yung ginawa
Actually, may kasalanan doon itong lahat yung Inglaterra Kung ba't ba naman tinawag nila China Sea yung mga paligid ng China Kasi sila naman gumawa ng mapa Kung titignan niyo it was Great Britain who did most of those maps Yan ang may kasalanan kung tutuusin
Okay, dahil napag-uusapan na rin natin yung tungkol sa dispute. Sir, pag-uusapan po natin yung Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement na kahapon bago pa man dumating si US President Barack Obama dito sa ating bansa. Sinasabi po ng ilan, ito daw pong EDCA ay may kinalaman po sa panggigera daw sa China.
Hindi. Ano naman yan Mutual Defense Treaty ang frame niya.
Kumbaga, makakatulong daw po ito doon.
Magiging usapin ng gera kung inatake ang Pilipinas. In fact, yun yung naging controversy pa siguro. Ang ibig bang sabihin ng mutual defense, nag-i-include ba yan ng mga isla formations, ng shoal, sa West Philippine Sea, na siyang kiniklaim ng Pilipinas? Ang ang sagot ng EDCA dyan actually is very ambiguous. Kahit yung speech ni President Obama.
May kulang din eh. Kasi napapansin ko, like, I'm chatting with some people who are in the White House press corps right now covering while we're here on the set. And a lot of them in America, we have to remember that 2/3 of America is on the East Coast and most of their ties are to Europe. So how do government refocus even the American media to be able to focus more on Asia, which is where more of America's trade is now happening, more of America's shift is now happening. How do you think that can happen?
Well, that's really a problem for the past several decades.
Even going back to panahon ni
Even
Quezon?
the whole century, last century. Because the problem there is that most Americans are actually from the European side. So
And the East Coast.
it's not a question simply where they are, but it's a question of who they are. Now, there is a trend now of increasing Asian component of the American population. In fact, there is a steady westward, I think, position of power to the West Coast in terms of impact on national policy in the U.S. Now, Asia,
And the vast majority of Filipinos are on the
Yeah.
West Coast, just to...
of course, we are California and so on. There is an analysis actually that this century is an Asian century, meaning most of the development, most of economies that would develop will be from the Asia side. And of course, the number one there is China. And the U.S., I think, has a major trade partner in China.
We often forget the third largest economy. Three of the largest economies in the world, China, Japan, and the United States, are all Asia-Pacific nations.
Yeah.
And that's an important aspect of it. Japan is also very much... There are only 2 state visits on this trip of President Obama. The first being Japan, and of course, ours being the second. What is the difference politically for a state visit as opposed to a regular working visit, kung sa political analysis?
Well, from what I heard from the U.S. Embassy, they're the ones who actually had that very distinct definition. A state visit is a formal state, meaning you go there as head of your state, and therefore, what are the protocols, requirements, and so on are with that particular level.
Sir,
A working visit may or may not be official, in the sense that you can go there because you have an
There may not be
agenda.
an agenda.
Yeah.
Oo. Sir, we're going to be moving on throughout the day. We will probably be coming back to you in a while. But do you have any, at this time, any message? If for example, President Obama was watching you right now, what's your political analysis of his moves so far? What does he need to do?
I think we should welcome his visit because the U.S. is our closest ally. We have need of support at this time, and we have no choice, particularly if you're talking China. The only one who can deliver actually the type of support that we need. Is,
In about 10 seconds, do you have any advice for the American president? What should he be doing?
well, I think he should be more Asian, particularly since he came from here.
Pero malapit si
he still
Obama
appears
sa
as American European, even if he eats mangoes, adobo, and so on.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Casipe. We were very, very happy to have you this morning, and of course, we'll probably be coming back to you throughout the day.
Okay. Salamat po, Sir Mon Casiple.